Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. All right, you guys, first story up. Let's talk about what happened. The Twerking Brunch over there at, what's the name of the place? True Kitchen and Cocktails in Dallas, Texas. Child, somebody sent me the video the other day. I didn't really pay much attention to the video because I get so many things in my DMs. So many things. I mean, I looked at it, but I didn't really pay much attention to it. I think I didn't even listen to it because I didn't want to wake anybody up. So I think I just watched the video and then saw the girl dancing in the chair, didn't even think nothing else about it. Okay. But then I saw that there was all this brouhaha brewing over the women twerking in this restaurant, and the owner, a Mr. Kevin Kelly, going off on said women for twerking in his restaurant. Now, it was brunch time. There was a DJ within the restaurant. The DJ is playing body yaddy 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 yaddy. And the girls that are there, evidently there were 3 tables of women who were so caught up in the excitement of body yaddy 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 that they had to twerk. Okay, not only did they stand up and twerk, but some of them decided to get on the furniture. Okay, presumably in their high heels, stand on their furniture and twerk against the wall. All right. And from what I understand, this is an upscale restaurant in Dallas, Texas, and Mr. Kelly was not happy with the antics of these women. So from what you saw on the video, Mr. Kelly comes out and he admonishes the restaurant. This is what he says. I invested a lot of money into buying this building and developing this concept so Black people can have somewhere nice to go, somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a culture. How can I tell the men to respect you and you guys are twerking on the glass here? If you want to do it, get the fuck out of my restaurant. Don't do it again. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need to provide something for my people. Okay. Now he went on and said other things, but that is the gist of what he said. Now, when I watched the video again, and I saw that he was actually, from what it looked like, he was going off on the whole restaurant. People were sitting there listening to him, and I was offended. I was like, well, damn. I mean, get the fuck out your restaurant and you don't need my money? Well, maybe you don't need my fucking money. You're going to talk to me like that, and I'm trying to be a patron at your establishment. That's how you treat me? Okay, so I was offended. And I had a problem with it. And then I started to get the other information that came out saying that he had gone to the table a couple of times and asked the women to please stop. Now, he did that respectfully. And that the women continued to do what he asked them not to do. So after he had 2 times talked to him respectfully, then he came out that 3rd time and was disrespectful in the way that he approached things. All I got to say about it is he handled it wrong. If you don't want people in your establishment acting that way or doing that, then you have every right to tell them to leave. But you going off on the entire restaurant when the whole restaurant didn't do anything, that's the first problem. Secondly, is never in context what happens. You know, when we get the video, we just see parts of it. Now you can't even really find the video of the girl actually dancing on the furniture. You can really only find him going off. That's what the media is pushing now. So, of course, the narrative switches from these women disrespecting his restaurant by dancing on the furniture when he's asked them not to do it. Now it goes to him disrespecting Black women. Okay, so he never should have put himself in a position to be going off on people like this, to be caught on video, to look like he is being disrespectful to Black women. All right. He needed to have more decorum in the way that he handled things. Yes, I understand that he was upset and that he, was emotional and that he had then went and talked to them a few times and all of that, but you have to keep in consideration your business and how you look You know, you have to be mindful of that. He wasn't. And I mean, I guess you human and shit like that happens, but he wasn't mindful of how his business looked. Now, you have 75% of the people that come to your business are women, yet you've been caught on camera going off on women, but everybody is not getting the full picture of why you have gotten to this point. I mean, I feel like if you really are trying to be a respected business person, then even in situations where people aren't doing what you want them to do, that you have to be able to talk to them a certain kind of way, you know, because the bigger picture is other people are watching, and this will affect how people feel about your business. Eventually, this is going to pass. People not going to care. People are going to go back to the restaurant. I have a friend that actually lives in Dallas, Texas, who told me, Roxanne, the place is very upscale, very, very nice. Hard to get a reservation there. She got a reservation like a couple of days before Christmas. She's real excited about it and all of that. And that it is a really nice place for Black people to come to. All right. But I told her, I said, well, I understand that, but you know, you still got to remember that this is a business and that people are watching, and that you might not get the full story, the person that's watching this on video. So, because when I first saw it, I was mad. I was like, fuck this nigga then, you know? So I said, he gonna have to do better than that, you know? And I guess he's come out and said that he wishes that he didn't say it that way, but he felt like, you know, them dancing on his furniture and possibly tearing his shit up and doing all of that. And, you know, that most of the restaurant was uncomfortable with them and complained about, you know, the girls that was doing that, that he was in the right. But see, we don't know that. Like us that's watching that on video, we don't know all of that's going on. We just going by what we see. So that still could adversely affect his business. You guys know how I am. It's a time and place for everything. Like, I love a good twerk, even though I can't twerk. You know, my body don't do that shit. But I mean, I love all of that. But when I go to a expensive ass restaurant, that's not the scene that I want to be seeing all that going down. I'm spending my money, and I just, you know, I don't want to see that there. You don't see people twerking at Nobu. You know, you don't see people twerking at Prime and all of these expensive restaurants. So we don't want to have, you know, so if he doesn't want to have that look at his restaurant, if he's trying to have his business be like those businesses, then he has a right to be that way. But then you also have a right not to go there. You feel offended by what he said and did, then you don't have to go there. You can go to other places where they definitely are okay with that type of activity. But I also will say that, you know, he gonna have to change up some shit up in there. Like, you can't be playing body yada 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 and not expect people to be twerking to it. I mean, because when I hear Poison, it's very hard for me not to dance. It is not easy for me to not dance to Poison. I'm not gonna get on the furniture, but you know, like, so it's just like, if you don't want them to do that, then get your ass some smooth playing jazz and let that be that, and bring the shit down, okay? Bring it down, because you're fostering an environment that you really don't want your restaurant to be represented as. So he gonna need to make some changes. You know, the people that go there obviously are gonna have to make changes too. I mean, it's no more deeper than that for me. I mean, I know there's a lot of different discussions about it. I just wish he would have handled it differently. That's all. Don't twerk at the man restaurant. Go to the club and get your twerk on, because really twerking at any restaurant, you don't see people doing that. You don't see them at Red Lobster. You don't see them at Applebee's. You don't see them at Fridays, Chili's. That's that on that. Y'all let me know what you think about the Twerking Brunch in Dallas, Texas. Okay, you guys, so Casanova. His mama named him Caswell Sr. It seems that he is in trouble, you guys. Now, the Roc Nation signed artist is part of a 18-member gang by the name of Untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation gang. Okay, that's what the feds are telling us anyway. And that the gang is facing some racketeering conspiracy charges, firearm possession charges, and conspiracy to distribute controlled substances charges. At least Casanova is facing those charges. The rest of the 18-member group are facing other charges, way more serious charges: assault, attempted murder and murder charges. Okay, evidently a 15-year-old kid was killed. They're saying that they were selling drugs, crack cocaine and cocaine and the such. And yes, it's a whole lot going on there. And those members have all been arrested with the exception of Casanova at the time that I'm doing this video. They have not been able to catch up with Casanova. I don't know if there's a warrant out for his arrest yet, but he definitely is wanted. And yeah, he hasn't turned himself in yet. Now, I don't know much about Casanova. I ain't much on Casanova. Me and Romeo ain't never been friends. I don't know much about him. I don't even remember what his music is. Like, I remember the name, but I don't know. And I didn't research what his music is. But Casanova in trouble. And they say that they are all facing life in jail possibilities, you know. So it's bad times for Casanova. Like I said, we don't know where he is. But wherever he is, he probably would want to turn himself in. I don't know if it's going to work out in his favor if he doesn't. Didn't anybody learn from Bobby Shmurda? Still be involved in these gangs and trying to also live the rap lifestyle and all of that? It don't mix, y'all. And the feds are going to give you enough rope to hang yourself. And then they're going to come and lower the boom on you. Child, and then talking about indictments. Herbo, mama named him Herbert Wright III. He was indicted along with his co-defendants, manager promoter Antonio T. Glow Strong, Southside rapper Joseph Joe Rodeo Williams, Stephen Hayes Jr., Demario, you don't know nothing about no damn Demario, Demario Sorrells, and Terrence Bender. They were all indicted for credit card fraud. The charges were filed in the U.S. District Court in Springfield, Massachusetts. And the feds say that Herbo and his crew used stolen ID and credit cards that they got from the dark web. And they were living it up for 4 fucking years, you guys, on somebody else's damn dime. Tell you how dumb you are to think that you can continue to get away with something like this for years and years and years, and you're using credit card. I mean, you are creating a history of the things that you've done using these cards, wire fraud, all of this. Y'all, let me tell you what old Mr. Herbo was doing. They say that they were using the cards to make extravagant trips on private jets. They were obtaining limousine services. They were using the card for high-end car rentals. They rented a Jamaican villa, you know, on vacation. I guess took the homies, booked trips all over the United States. Okay, bought 2 damn designer dogs from breeders. I was like, oh, y'all done pissed the white people off now. Because, you know, nowadays they be mad when you start buying animals from breeders. They want you to be getting them animals from the pound. But anyway, you guys, they was using these credit cards and living the fuck up for 4 damn years. Spent $1.5 million. And really, in the grand scheme of things, you guys, is it even worth that? $1.5 million really is not a whole lot when you start talking about certain things. You're supposed to be a celebrity and all. $1.5 million is, you know, especially the way he was flossing. This nigga be buying shit for that girlfriend. You know, he go with Emily and Emily's daughter. What the child name is, Taina, whatever her name is. And, you know, I used to see them too. And, you know, cute. They seem like they loved each other. You know, he be showering her with gifts and all this. And I said, look at that. The nigga was doing all of this, trying to keep up with the fucking Joneses. He's buying glitter. All these diamond watches and cars and taking her things. And, you know, I was good with it because I was like, well, he's a rapper. He's got money. You know, he wants to shower it on his lady. But you stealing from other people and then you doing it on such a grand scale and showing everybody on videos and everything. Nigga, lay low if that's what the fuck you gonna be doing out there. You know, but then he's a rapper and you've got a certain lifestyle that you have to show, right? So he out here just clowning, y'all, spending up other people's money and thinking he gonna continue to get away with it. They say that Antonio T. Glow, Is that his name? They say, oh, T-Glow was the ringleader, and that he was also arrested back in September because he had riot fraud. He had other things going on too. And remember, he's the manager and the promoter. So I'm sure that Herbo is going to use as a defense that he didn't know what his manager was doing, where the money was coming from. He thought that, you know, was all legitimate. Unless they have proof that his hands was touching these fraudulent credit cards and all of that as well, you know. So he's put out a statement saying that he's innocent. He's looking forward to his day in court when he can prove that he's innocent. I think they said that Williams was, he ended up turning himself in and that he's out on bond right now. T-Glow is trying to get out, you know, and, you know, he's going to be at home with his parents, but they're saying that he's a flight risk. And so they are leery about letting him out. And as far as I know, again, Herbo has not turned himself in. Now, that's because this is morning and I'm doing this video. So he possibly could have by the time this video makes it up. But yeah, he hasn't turned himself in yet. This charge came a day after he was just named on the Forbes 30 under 30 list. And you guys know they do that list for rappers who we need to keep our eye on, that's supposedly very talented and look like they have a promising future coming. He was just posted on that, and then here we go with this shit. Child, I said, nigga, you was doing Jamaican villas. Y'all was renting cars and do, see? Y'all, everything that glitters is not gold. And we just need to learn how to be okay with what we have. But that doesn't go along with the rap culture. That doesn't go along with that. I understand that. But damn, you about to go to jail for a long time, possibly over $1.5 million. I'm telling you, it's not a lot. Not when you are a celebrity and you might have access to more of that money in the future. So it's like a damn waste, y'all. But we gonna see. Emily and Fab ain't made no comment on it other than talking about family. You know, the family is family or whatever. I don't know what the hell that means. So maybe that means that they gonna stick by him. They consider him family. I know they really liked him, so we'll see, you guys. But yeah, $1.5 million. Might spend a long time in jail because of it. All right, you guys, so Cynthia Bailey, or I guess we can call her Cynthia Hill now since she's married, hashtag chill. They say that she is suing Peter Thomas, her former husband, for $170,000. Now, you guys remember Bar One here in Atlanta, Georgia. We knew that she had invested some money in that restaurant. Peter got it off the ground. It was doing very well here. And then we found out that Peter was paying rent to the person who owned the property, and that person was not paying the mortgage, okay? And the property went into foreclosure. And even though Peter Thomas tried to work out that foreclosure situation, I guess he was trying to get the property himself, get it from the bank, and maybe just continue to take, you know, make the payments. Then the bank was like, hell, fuck nah, bitch, you know, and maybe Peter was paying less than what the note was. Or, I don't know. But the bank was like, no. And the place went into foreclosure, and that was the end of Bar One. Okay, so after that happened, Bar One was supposed to reopen out here in Atlanta somewhere else. And this was when Cynthia reinvested, this time $170,000, because Bar One was a hit out here. So I guess she felt like it was a good investment. She gave him $170,000, and he was supposed to open Bar One here. Well, he never did open Bar One here. He ended up opening Sports One up in North Carolina, who, from what I understand, is doing very well out there. He moved out there that way, and it had shit else to do with what was going down out here in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, that's all fine and good. You can do that, but where my damn $170,000 at? Okay, so I guess maybe she's been trying to get the money from him. And you know, Peter, Child, there's plenty of stories about Peter and his scandalous ways when it comes to money out here in Atlanta, but you ain't heard that from me. He ain't gave her the money, so now she has to sue him. She said that they had a good relationship at one point, but now they don't, and I imagine they wouldn't if she's suing him for this money. And I mean, I don't blame her. Like, give me my damn money back, especially if you're supposed to be doing so well up there in North Carolina. I think didn't he try to open 2 places up in North Carolina? Or is it just one? It seemed like it was another place that either was coming or that he did finally open. But whatever it is, Cynthia's like, I don't give a damn, fuck you, pay me. Okay, so she's suing, and hopefully they'll get it settled. Okay, yeah, Cynthia tried to help old Peter out, and honey, Peter took that money and ran. All right, you guys, Larsa Pippen. I feel like I'm gonna have to retire this bitch because I feel like I'm talking about her way too much lately. You know, I hate to be in women's panties and what the fuck they want to do. I'm not the panty police. I'm not the hoe police. You know, you live your life the way you feel like you need to live your life. But I'm telling you, it feels like Larsa just don't care about how she looks out there in them streets, you guys. She just don't have the best reputation. And as you get older, like I've told you guys plenty of times, like, you can't never outrun a bad reputation. That shit sticks with you for the rest of your fucking life. Even if you done got saved and gave your life over to the Lord, it's a group of people out there somewhere that still think of you as a hoe, you know? And I mean, that's fine if you're going to own that title, but if that's not how you want to be looked at, you just continue to make the same moves. And child, listen, that Larsa... Now, I was still trying to figure out exactly when the divorce was finalized, because Larsa been out there, child. Larsa been out there. We recently see Miss Larsa holding hands in a picture with 24-year-old Malik Beasley, okay, basketball player, plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay, now, did I tell you that Larsa 46? Now, the nigga is 22 years her junior. Okay, so she's a cougar, fine, all right? Did I tell you that Malik was married? Oh, I left that part out. Yeah, Malik is married, albeit that Malik and his wife have had problems, legal problems recently, domestic violence issues and all of this. So there are some issues there, but he is still legally married to a 24-year-old IG model, I believe, Montana Yao or something like that. She came out the other day and was like, wow, I'm just seeing this for the first time like you guys are. Okay, this picture of Larsa and Mr. Beasley walking down the street, walking down a Miami mall holding hands. You know, she said that they are still actively married and they have a child together. That Larsa knows that she is with him. Larsa said that he did tell her that he was married. However, they're having problems and he was taking the steps to end the relationship, end the marriage. My whole thing is, if you know that he's still married and that it's still complicated like this, why the fuck are you out in public with him? I mean, if you want to see the nigga and he's saying he's separated, you go over to his house, okay? Wait until that shit is clear before you want to walk out and be at the mall and shit with the Negro holding hands and everything. But no. You out and about, the wife is like, we still married, okay? Even though they got problems, we still married, and it's making you just not look good, Larsa. Come on now, we grown now. We too fucking old for this. I'm not one of those people that say that once you separate from somebody, that means that you can't date other people. Because to me, when you separated, that you free. Okay, we just got to get the legal shit out the way. But that's not to say that you might still be involved with your separated partner. You know, and if you get involved with somebody else, they need to understand that you might be going back and forth with the ex and all of this, you know. So it gets real messy. So that's why you probably should just avoid somebody that's separated altogether, unless you know for a fact that it ain't going down no more. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to be with somebody that's separated and, you know, do that shit on the low, just do it on the low until you know that they are free. And then if you want to be screaming it from the rafters and all, then you can do that then. And really, you just need to leave a motherfucker alone, because people that are separated, they still be going back and forth, and there still be a whole bunch of drama, and there still be a lot, and you putting your feelings on the line for somebody that might just be like, oh, I'm going to get back with my wife tomorrow. You know, why are you even putting yourself through that? Just wait. Just let them get single. It's plenty more men out here in the sea. Many more fish out there in the sea, y'all. So that's what's happening with Miss Larsa. She tried to come out with some real clever tweet talking about, don't believe everything you see on social media. Even salt looks like sugar. Bitch, we don't. What that mean? What we saw was you was walking down the street with the man. And he's still married, and his wife say that he's still married. I know one thing, that wife about to get part of that $60 million 5-year contract that he got with Minnesota Timberwolves, okay? If they get divorced, a good amount of that is coming with her. And I guess Larsa need to take that in consideration while she weighing her options out here with little bitty babies. Shit. That Larsa, though, I might have to retire her, y'all, because, every week is something. The little nigga's mad that y'all don't think that his newest special is funny. Okay, that would be Kevin Hart. He has a special, I don't even know the name. I think it's No Fucks Given. Is that the name of it, you guys? He's not on my radar. I don't go and watch Kevin Hart anything recent any longer, even though I did watch his little documentary on Netflix. Actually, it was pretty good. But, yeah, I was just like, I haven't seen the last few of his stand-up comedy, so I wasn't going to watch this one either. But people were saying that it wasn't funny. I decided to Google it, and I went on the LA Times, and they gave him a pretty bad review. They called it a tepid comedy, and that nobody would find it funny. I don't think any comedian wants to have that being said about their stand-up routine, especially a news magazine as large as the Los Angeles Times. The way that they have built this stand-up routine is, no fucks given. He's supposed to go back to his his pre-politically correct days where, is no holds barred. He can talk about everybody, talk about gay people, talk about different races, talk about, the shit that's off limits today. He's supposed to go back to doing shit like that in this no fucks given thing. I guess he's still salty about the whole Academy Award debacle and, him having to apologize for the things that he had said in very old stand-up routines about gay folks. So he was salty because when I watched the documentary on Netflix, you can tell he didn't want to ever apologize for that. He just never understood why people was, really just hounding him. That really affected him, and his team was just trying to get him to just be like, please just say you fucking sorry so we can get past this. This is not good for your image, okay? And he finally did apologize, but he didn't want to do it. And I think that really affected him. So this stand-up was supposed to be like, fuck y'all. I'm going back to, old Kevin Hart where I was funny. I say whatever. Well, he's never been one of those people to me. I never felt, he was funny to me back in the day. But I never felt like he was one of those ones that'll just say whatever. So anyway, this stand-up routine was in his home. It was because of COVID. So, he wanted a more intimate feel. So he just got a little audience there, social distance, safe, all of this. And he's supposed to just be up there talking about just going off the riff or whatever the fuck he want to say, you guys. Well, they say that he actually got up there and just talked about his family. Supposedly talked bad about his ex-wife. Talked about COVID. And that was pretty much it. Didn't even go places where he was expected to go and the way they had billed it. And they actually said that you could tell he was very guarded about the things that he did say. And even though he's trying to say is no fucks given, that really it is quite a few fucks given because he was careful to say, and not say the things that he said and not said. So, I don't know. He's upset now that people are not happy with the comedy, and so he's speaking out. And I guess I don't know. Kevin, listen, you still real rich. I guess because COVID is happening, people ain't filming their movies and things, and people ain't busy and all that, so they got time to sit around and be pouting over the fact that somebody ain't found their shit funny. But just get back to making your movies, and you and the rib go off and enjoy your new baby and all of that, and just don't even worry yourself about the rest of it. You can't please everybody. I ain't thought that Kevin Hart has been funny for a long time, so not surprising to me. But you guys have upset little man. you guys, so Summer Walker, remember I told you guys just last week or 2 weeks ago that, you know, she showed her cute little baby bump in her little sundress, and we saw that she's pregnant. We assume that she's pregnant by London on the Track. He didn't deny it, so it's like, okay, she's having a baby with London on the Track. You know, they've had their ups and downs, her and London on the Track, but they seem to be happy enough to at least make this baby, you know. So she's pregnant, right? Well, this week, she and London on the Track obviously had been fell off the track, bump. And she was upset with him. She said, and I quote, "I should really out this bum ass nigga at London on the Track. I could really fuck up life. LOL, but I'm not. For now, LOL. For now, I'ma just take my L." Okay, a whole ass bitch. We don't know why she's upset, but she goes on to talk about just generations of men that have been in her life that's just bum ass niggas. She said her grandfather was a bum ass nigga, her daddy was a lame ass bum ass nigga. You know, now we got London on the Track continuing on with that curse. And you know, she just kind of went on and on and on. London on the Track seems to have added Summer Walker to the list of his other baby mamas that ain't really pleased with him. Ebony Ivory, I believe is her name, has been very vocal and saying, and the other baby mother has been saying that he's not one to be involved with the children's lives. He's a deadbeat dad. And she actually had problems with Summer Walker speaking out about London on the Track, especially when she's given the baby mamas problems, you know, defending London on the Track in the past. Now that she's pregnant and realizing that London on the Track maybe might be a bum ass nigga the way she say, and now Miss Ebony and Ivory live together in perfect. Yeah, I wanted to do that so bad. Now, Ebony is like, I don't want to hear it. Okay, she's irritated with Summer Walker. They've been going back and forth. You know, London on the Track has come out and said that he's never going to speak ill about his baby mamas, no matter what they have said about him in public. He tries to be the best father that he can legally, you know, and that he tries to be there for his you know, for his kids, and he will continue to do that. But, you know, let the baby mama say it, and potentially, I guess, Summer Walker as well. He ain't really doing that. Summer Walker's having problems with him, but she ain't even had the baby yet, girl. So, I mean, is it going to be more of the same with you? You know, I don't know. Summer Walker might be, you know, might have walked into a situation that's going to land her in the same shoes that Miss Ebony and Ivory, you know, that she's in as well. Anyway, you guys, let me move it on along. But yeah, y'all, they look like they having some problems over there. And then lastly, you guys, Spectacular Blue Smith. Shout out to the Roxstars who was telling me to talk about this story and kept calling them Spectacular Blue. And I was like, who is Spectacular Blue? You talking about Spectacular from Pretty Ricky? It ain't Spectacular Blue. It's just Spectacular. Well, come to find out that his real name is Spectacular Blue Smith. Who knew? So then I was just like, is Blue like a last name of the family or something? Because we got Big Baby Swole, who, you know, y'all call him Baby Blue Whoa or some shit like that. And so then I'm just like, oh, now maybe it is. So you know, to the rock star out there, I can't even think, it was Malala, My Mama Lady or something like that. Anyway, you were right. Who knew that the man's name? Anyway, child, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But they say that Mr. Spectacular Blue Smith was at Disney World. He was actually at the Animal Kingdom part of the park. And he was in line. You know, there's people around. You know, we ain't playing with the Rona these days. Now, they done already told you that the shit is real serious. It's spreading around there. Everybody got it. Okay, we don't need your monkey ass up in this line acting like you got COVID, coughing, thinking it's funny, saying shit, coughing at people. Okay, supposedly, allegedly. So shout out to Alex. he walked by one of the Disney employees and coughed at him, you know, and said COVID. And the guy said it wasn't funny. Spectacular Blue Smith said that he thought that it was funny, okay? And some words were exchanged. I guess there was some back and forth. And next thing you know, Mr. Spectacular Blue Smith is hauling off and hitting the employee right around the right here and the right here. Knocked the man down, knocked him unconscious. Bruh man got a damn concussion, bruising, all of this, okay? And yeah, he was arrested for misdemeanor battery. He was with his son. So it's like, you doing all of this in front of your child. You know, his son gave a statement saying that his dad actually accidentally hit the employee as he was falling down. Now, I'm telling you, you got to be swinging your ass off to be falling down and put a motherfucker on the ground and give him a concussion. I won't say that the young man is lying. Maybe he just didn't see it clearly, because they're saying that they had a lot of people that were watching, a lot of witnesses, and they pretty much corroborate the story of the Disney employee. Mr. Spectacular Blue Smith, I like saying that too, y'all. He put out a statement and it says, quote, "The media will put out a one-sided story even without facts because they enjoy demonizing our culture and bring us down. It's sad. There's two sides to every story. And since this story is bigger than me and the color of my skin, I'll wait till my attorney gives the green light. Thank you for your support. Love. P.S. Y'all know my character." End quote. Now, he's right. We all have a right to listen to both sides of the story. So, Mr. Spectacular Blue Smith, I'm waiting for you to let us know your side. COVID is not funny. Coughing on me definitely ain't funny, you know. So, we'll see what happens there. But you can bet your bottom dollar that Spectacular Blue Smith is going to be coming out of the pocket. He's going to be paying that employee. Unless we got some video that's going to say a different story and we got some witnesses that's going to say something differently, then I believe that Mr. Spectacular Blue Smith will be paying a penny to said Disneyland, Disney World employee. All right, I'm going to get off of here. Get these videos edited and up to you. We do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.